third grader. My name is Ms. Clark, and today we're going to talk about a strategy that we can use for solving word problems. The strategy we're going to talk about today is called KWP. To start, I have to make a KWP chart. I'm going to draw two lines going down so that I make three columns. And at the top, I'm going to put K, W with a question mark, and a P. My K stands for what do I know in the problem. My W stands for what do I want to know in the problem. My P stands for what is my plan to solve the problem. Let's look at a word problem and see how we can use the KWP chart to solve. Sarah and her little sister are making cupcakes for school. Sarah made 14 cupcakes and her sister made 27 cupcakes. How many cupcakes did Sarah and her sister make all together? The first thing I'm going to do is draw a KWP chart. Remember, I'm going to draw two lines down to make three columns, and I'm going to write K, W with a question mark, and P at the top. First, I'm going to start with my K. What do I know in the problem? To figure out what I know in the problem, I'm going to go back to the problem and see what it tells me. When I go back to the problem, I see that Sarah made 14 cupcakes and her sister made 27 cupcakes. So I'm going to write that in my K. Next, I'm going to go to my W. What do I want to know in the problem? I always put a question mark and I circle it next to the W because what I want to know is always going to be the question in my problem. So I'm going to go back to my problem and I'm going to circle the question mark. What I want to know is how many cupcakes did Sarah and her sister make all together? So I'm going to write that in my W. Last is my plan. How am I going to solve the problem? In order to figure out how many cupcakes they made all together, I know that I have to add 14 and 17 because that's how many cupcakes each person made. To add 14 plus 27, I'm going to start with my ones place. 4 plus 7 equals 11. I know that I can't write the number 11 in the ones place, so I'm going to write a 1 down in the ones place, and I'm going to carry a 1 to the tens place. Now I'm going to add 1 plus 1 plus 2, which gives me 4. The answer is 41, but I'm not done. When you do word problems, don't forget to label your answer. So my answer is 41 cupcakes. Sarah and her little sister made 41 cupcakes all together. Let's look at another problem. Lucy was helping in the garden today. While she was in the garden, she saw 23 ladybugs and 9 caterpillars. How many more ladybugs did Lucy see than caterpillars? I'm going to start with my K. What do I know in the problem? In order to find what I know in the problem, I'm going to go back to the problem and see what it tells me. I know that Lucy saw 23 ladybugs and she saw 9 caterpillars. So I'm going to write that. Next, I'm going to go to my W with the question mark because I want to find what do I want to know in the problem. Remember, what I want to know is always going to be the question in the problem. So I'm going to go back to my question and I'm going to circle the question mark. I want to know how many more ladybugs did Lucy see than caterpillars. So I'm going to write that in my W. Last, I need to find my plan. How am I going to solve this problem? To figure out how many more ladybugs Lucy saw than caterpillars, I know I have to subtract the number of ladybugs she saw from the number of caterpillars she saw. So I'm going to do 23 minus 9. When I look at the ones place, the 3 and the 9, I notice that there are more numbers on the floor, so I am going to have to go next door. I'm going to make one line through the 2 because I'm only going to subtract 1 away. 2 minus 1 equals 1. So I'm going to write that at the top. And I'm going to take that 1 that I took away and put it in front of the 3 in the ones place. Now I have 13 minus 9. 13 minus 9 equals 4. Now I'm going to move to my tens place. 1 minus 0 equals 1. So my answer is 14, but I'm not done yet because with word problems, I can't forget to label my answer. Lucy saw 14 more ladybugs than caterpillars. Okay, third graders, I want you to use the KWP chart to do the activities in the next assignment.